Greetings and welcome to another stream of Star Citizen. We're on the 4.4 live environment, running patch 107.66222. Now we just logged in. We're going to turn global chat off because that's a sensible thing to do. And I think what we need to do, what we've got here, what we need to do is... That's a pink quick flare. We don't need that, and that is that's 100% med pen, which we need to sort out all that. We'll do that after IAE. Have we got all our gear on us? What we need? We have. Yep, we certainly got everything. Okay. So, excuse me. It is the last few hours, and we're talking 3 hours, 3 hours-ish, just a little bit more than 3 hours of IAE. And what we want to do is, what the hell's this? Can we, oh no, it's a ship component of some kind. And somebody's Pulse bike. Well, looks kind of nifty with the green and red. However, we want to take the Meteor over to Orison. Why is it so damn busy today? That's not letting us in, so we'll try that again. Where's the RSI Meteor? There it is. We've got 1 day, 25 minutes on that. So we retrieve that. It should be a medium hangar. There it is, medium hangar, and we'll get away from the football crowd and go to our hangar. There we go, medium hangar. Basically just want to time how fast the Meteor makes it from Crusader to Hurston and Hurston to Crusader. Quantum travel kicked us out when we were trying it yesterday, so determined that this wasn't a good ship for taking on ground enemies on foot. The guns, although powerful, standard guns that come with this ship were not conducive to what we were trying to do. However, we'll go Orison, set the routes. There it goes. Open the doors. Open the doors. Thank you. Turn the ship on. Not crashing, it doesn't matter. We're not going to repair it. We're going to be ditching this ship once we get there. But yeah, you've got sort of 3 hours, 10 minutes to enjoy IAE and take advantage of all the offers that are currently on the pledge store. We will set off shortly. Just bear with me, and it's going to be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, ignition, 3, 2, 1, away we go. Let's see how long this takes us, if it doesn't drop out of QT again like it did yesterday. And it's just for personal interest how quickly it's going to do this journey. I think the quickest was the Shiv at 2 minutes 10 seconds, or 2 minutes 12 seconds was the Shiv. Really quick. I think the Spirit did it in 2 minutes 25. What was the other fast one that did it at like 2 minutes 20? I can't remember now. I can easily look excuse me, look this up on Urkel. You know, ships with standard loadouts, that kind of thing. But it's been a truly, truly great IAE, even though the exhibition itself had a different format and it wasn't nearly as enjoyable as what it usually is. I've had a lot of fun flying and testing ships and going out and collecting loot in especially Apex classes. I've got tons of them now. But I will be glad to get back to some form of normality because I've been putting the daily, the daily chores that I've got, I've been putting them on hold for IAE, and it's kind of messed life up a bit, but it's been good fun. Nothing too serious, I'm not like putting anything important off. Although I really would love CIG to put the exhibition back to the way it was, with the manufacturers changing over every day, the different ships on display, so you can actually look around them. I wouldn't have had to rent and test fly some of the ships that I did if they'd have been on display at the exhibition, because I basically know, I know by the look of them and the functions that they offer whether it's going to be useful to me. The only exception to that was the salvation, which when I initially saw it I thought, oh my god, there's no way I would have a use for the ship. But was I wrong? Yes, I was wrong. So we're looking at 3 minutes 8 seconds. 3 minutes 8 seconds for the Meteor. Do you know what it's done? It's fucking targeted the thing behind it. Fuck's sake. Fucking thing. I'm always doing this. Wasting my time. Resetting this over and over again. Now it'll do it. So yeah, it is a quick ship. It is a really quick ship. But QT travel is not quick. 3 minutes 8 seconds from Crusader to Hurston. But yeah, I'm really, really surprised with the Salvation. Loved the Salvation. It's a really, really well thought, useful little ship. Well designed. For the single person wanting to go off and make a bit of money. We're not talking millions, but you could make millions with it. If you were grinding salvaging, you could easily make millions with it. You'd be dependent on large ships being abandoned, which during the IAE, there's tons of them. Literally, they're all over the place. Well, what I usually do is fly around to the orbital markers and around Hurston and Orison. You usually find a ship that's been abandoned, and yeah, it's just where is it? Where's the big flashing light? There it is. It's just a case of finding a ship and salvaging it, and then dumping all your crates at Orison or Lawville, and then going back out and doing the same again, rinse and repeat. And that's the grind. You spend 15-20 minutes salvaging till you've got a full load, get some braid salvage modules on it, which is all almost twice as fast as the default ones. And why is this wandering all over the fucking place? So it's rising there, and it shouldn't be. And then I can't seem to get it to stabilize. A funny little ship. I don't like ships that you've got to continually micromanage, because they're not flying level. I don't know if it's something in the code or it's the ship's designed to do that itself. I really don't know. But anyway, we will come out of nav mode here, go into SCM and request a hangar. Right, so where is it? Alistair. Because I am not seeing it. And it won't be. Oh, it's fucking down here. I thought these here were all size 1 hangars. In fact, it's this side, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. All right. I'll be glad to see the back of this ship. It's been fun, but it's not. Unless I was going into battle, it wouldn't be a ship that I would find useful. All right. Okay. So the changeover should just be about. Well, no, it's not a changeover. It's the finale. I'm thinking of other days, aren't I? We'll just store this. We won't be getting it out again. But we'll go see if the. We're here for 2 reasons. One, to see if the IAE showroom is still open and available to rent ships. And 2, we want to pick up our Salvation and take it back to Everest Harbour. Bottles, we're gonna make use of these. What's that one? That is a float, so we'll use that one as well. Thank you for dumping your empty bottles on the floor. Any more for any more? It's a can. That is an NPC. Ah. First time I've seen no NPC behind the counter. Well, I might have seen it before, but I can't remember. However, looks like there's been a spot of bother here because all the guards are on alert. There's even one behind the counter with his gun out. 3 of these. Hey, you got a deep voice. Is that one? No. And there's none down there. I'm just on the lookout for. Is that a Vestal? What the hell? What kind of bottle is that? It looks like floor, but it says placeholder. Whereas that says floor. And you can see all I'm doing here is dropping the bottles on the floor and picking them up again, and they're full. Except for that one. That one means I'm going to have to... you've got to take them from a stack. So... Where's floor and floor? Ebb and flow. They won't stack, why not? That means when I do this, they will stack. There we go. Now I don't know what that is, but it's it's a bottle of something that... Who's this? What do we want? I think that might be the... Yeah, 1603. So they've added the freelancer, DUR and M50 apparently to the pledge store, but we'll see about that in a bit. I'm also interested in everybody's been complaining. I mean, yeah, they've been bickering and complaining about when they're going to get the BIS paints. So that's usually the day after IAE ends. Like, so it'll be the 4th of December. But it just depends when CIG get around to giving them out, you know. It's not immediate, but it is sometime after the end of IAE, and everyone's like, oh, when am I going to get my paints? We've got this shuttle station. The paints this year look really good. It's a really well considered set of colours, and much better than all the other years. I mean, last year was like purple, which wasn't my favourite. In fact, none of the previous Best in Show paints are as good as this year's. This year's are the best ever, in my opinion. With the it's like a phosphor bronze type colour, or a deep copper colour. And, you know, each to their own. That's why people have different colour cars. Or paint the front doors a different colour. Or some like natural wood. But the signs are still out. So I don't know when they'll disappear. And there's he's got a Geist Blossom helmet on with the Dust Devil Epoch armor. It does look cool, especially with a cape. Oh, fucking go away, mate. In fact, I'll give him something to snot about. I'll get my Apex glasses out.
The next shuttle is approaching the station. Last call for passengers.
All right.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
And we are on our way. I need a drink. I'll have one when I get there. Not standing up on a shuttle with other people on it. Look at this guy stood at the front. He looks like he's tooled up for a robbery. So 2 minutes 23 seconds before we get there. These clocks are usually reliable, but not always. More often than not they are, but yeah, the one at the Vision Centre was stopped. Was it yesterday or the day before? And the shuttle arrived and we got on it and left and the clock was still stopped. So it's just good to have a timer to know how long you've got before you get there. I guess it's an in-game mechanic. But yeah, it's just something else to look at. A bit of functionality, a bit of immersion. It's been a great IAE. It has, mainly because we've had so much fun flying and trying the ships. And I haven't really done much, you know, did a few missions, got killed yesterday at a bunker because we were stupid. But, you know, whoever hasn't failed in life never succeeded. If you want to succeed in life, you have to fail in life because you learn from your mistakes and failures. Plus, I went in the wrong ship. And then when I got my body back, I forgot some of the weapons that I was carrying. So there'll be other opportunities, I'm sure, to get loot. I mean, I've got a real load of loot now that I need to sell that I've collected over these past 2 weeks. I don't know how many P4s I've got, but it's a lot. I think I've got about 70 or maybe 80 P4s.
Station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark.
Yeah, all right. Everybody rushes and I just run off. But I won't be sad to see it go, because after the first day I'd seen everything there was to see, because the displays never changed over. It was the same ships the whole way through, and I'm like, oh come on, you know, you don't want to that's Vesta Water, I don't want that. You don't be looking at the same ships day after day after day. You want some variety. You want something that's going to keep you interested, keep you coming back. I have noticed a distinct lack of players here, and there is no. Wow, thought it went on until 7 o'clock. I thought I thought I thought it was until 1900. Actually, I better have a drink. I should have got here earlier, and then I would have been sure to catch it. But yeah, I'm sort of 10 minutes late. That's because I was playing another game and having so much fun. But, you know, like I say, it's just an opportunity to rent the ships for the last time, and I don't know if it's the same problem as it was 2 days ago where it wasn't accessible, but I think CIG identified that issue and then fixed it. So somebody told me on Spectrum, but I don't know. Shall I try another server? What server is this? I think it's an EU server. It is, no, it's US 1B 130. Shall I try? No, it's probably a waste of time. If it's not working here, there's no indication it'll work in other regions, but bottle of beer. But yeah, it's just fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. And now, what have we got here? 25 flow looks pulse dark. We'll keep them here. I'm going to keep that there because I really don't know what it is. It looks like a bottle of Cruise Flow, but it says placeholder. I don't know what it is. And can we take these? Yeah, we can. On the bottle of champagne. Oh God, we've got all sorts here, haven't we? Never mind. We're just going to leave that. Yeah. We'll take all this back with us. In fact, let me... Oh, wrong button. I know what I'm doing. Let me check the RSI website. The website says it's still on.
How's it going? Sometimes I think about throwing my mobile away. We're so connected all the time.
Says time until the end of IAE, 3 hours 43 minutes. So it must be 2000. In fact, there's no point in. I'm going to exit to menu, proceed to menu. It does. It's on the website. It says 3 hours 43 minutes, which is in tune with 2000 UTC when it finishes. But I don't think CIG are going to get around to fixing it because first the problem needs to be identified, then somebody needs to check into it, then they need to implement a fix. And 3 hours 43 minutes. I don't think they're going to bother to do that just for 3 hours 43 minutes. But there's a lot of people. Let's try EU server. Excellent restriction. There's a lot of people trying to get in, and there's just no, same as it was 2 days ago, there's no vision center option on the elevators. Another issue. So, for whatever reason, they've changed the format of IAE. Maybe the changeover was problematic. Who knows? So whatever was behind that way of thinking, they changed the format so there's no changeover, and the fucking elevators break down. If it ain't one thing, it's another. That's what I say about Star Citizen. You know, you try your damnedest to succeed or fulfill a test regime, and you can't because the software fucks up and doesn't allow you to complete the task. But it's the nature of alpha testing, as I say, and they're going to keep it in alpha until they're confident that it's not broken. That's what I would do. And then you've got an excuse for why you're so shit at programming. And, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, it can be solved. You just need to do it the right way. You need the right people working on it, and it'll get done. But, oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna put all this stuff back in here. I'm not gonna take this all with me. I'm just gonna keep the 3 bottles of cruise. Right. Oh, and this placeholder. That's placeholder. What the hell? I can stack them. They say cruise flow. That looks like cruise flow. Volume 1000. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. It's weird. But we'll take this trip again on the EU server instead of US. If it's the same as 2 days ago, we tried all 4 regions, and all 4 regions were the same. 4 different servers, 1 in each region. None of them gave us access to the Vision Center. So if this one, I'll pick that up. If this one is the same, then it's going to be a washout. A whitewash, as they say. But yeah, it's still, the signs are still there. Everything is the same as it was 2 days ago. Let me just sort these. So we want carry that, and then carry that on and off. In fact, turn away from the screen. Oh God, no! I need pulse and dark. So there's pulse, and where's dark? There's dark. So if I carry the dark, and bottle of that. And this is something CIG need to fix because it gives you infinite cruise. And then carry that. So all the empty bottles we picked up are now full. And it's not me trying to exploit. Where's my looks? That's my looks. So it's not me trying to exploit, it's me trying to get them to fix a fucking problem that's been around for years. That's the placeholder. In fact, I'll fucking dump them. I don't want these placeholder, whatever they are. You know, in fact, can I? What else do I need to do here? No, that's fine. If I pick one of these up, can I drink it? Yeah, I can. That's really strange.
Missed your shuttle? Not a problem. Another shuttle will be along shortly. At Orison Skyway Shuttle Service.
Pick this one up as well. So, I'm drinking 2 bottles of placeholder.
The next shuttle is approaching the station.
Here he is again. We'll have my
Is approaching the station. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart. Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
yeah. Two shuttles to the shuttle state. Well, Vision Center. We take this shuttle to the shuttle station, and then change over. And what else is Discord telling us? Oh, the Spirit 3 paint pack has been deleted. In fact, that fucking page is jammed. Why? Oh, God. Let's reopen the RSA website webpage is just jammed.
The next shuttle is approaching the station. Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark. Last call for
So
passengers.
we're here,
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
and if we're quick, we should get this other one if we're quick. And we're not quick. So let me try to get that timer up again. Where was it? Where the hell was it? So easy to navigate this this site.
The next shuttle is approaching the station. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
No, it's fucking jammed again, hasn't it? It's jammed again. Fucking go away. These people. What are they like? I'm really antisocial, aren't I? Right, so 3 hours 32 minutes. That brings it up to, well, it's 4:27, so that brings it up to 8 p.m. 2000 UTC. So it should still be open. And we're just looking to, I don't know, just go there. We've been every single day. We've streamed every single day. But now, if this ain't working, I'm just going to take the, excuse me, salvation ship back to Everest Harbour. I was impressed with the Polaris though. I mean, it's a big ship, but it looks the part. You know, it looks chunky, it looks military. Looks like you could fly it into the sun and survive. Wonderful ship. But who knows? Until we get there, we might find it's working. But my guess as of this moment is that it's a global problem and we won't be able to get into the IAE hall as it was 2 days ago before CIG identified the problem and implemented a fix. So I'm guessing those guys running back, I'm guessing it's not working.
Hey there.
Hey. Excuse me. However, you don't know if you don't try. And no vision center. Right, okay, that's it. I'm done with trying to get in there. Because it's the same problem as 2 days ago. Whatever CIG fixed then, it's lasted 2 days. Must be something to do with the timing of it. The website says there's 3 hours 32 minutes. Well, it'd be 3 hours 30 minutes now. And there's no way to get into the exhibition centre. So, hey ho, you know, can't do anything about that. Elevators, no elevators to the vision centre. No elevators to the vision centre. So we'll just wait for another shuttle to turn up. And we don't have to wait that long. So let's get on here.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
Okay. So that was the IAE that was.
Preparing to depart. At Orson Skyway Shuttle Service.
I mean, I have been there and known the elevators to be not working. You know, the panels don't work, or the doors won't open, or elevators don't arrive. No end of problems with these elevators. And when it's such a fraught system with bugs and errors and issues, I would seriously address it and say, what the hell's going on here? Why does it keep breaking? You know, I would design something that doesn't break. And I've told this story a dozen times or more, but I did that when with my own software, where somebody found a way of formatting the partitions in an order that was not expected, and then the setup software couldn't find the root partition because it was in a place where it isn't normally. And I thought, okay, let's do this so it will always find the root partition, you know, by ID or file format, you know, or by name, because the root partition doesn't usually have a name. Let's pick these up. There's none here. There's one here. Some people like to throw them around a bit, so always check behind the tables and on the chairs and stuff. Is that one? No, that's a light. So it looks like there's been a bit of a skirmish here. So what we'll do is just throw it on the floor, pick it back up, and it's full. Throw this on the floor, pick it back up, and it's full. With this one, the last one, we carry it, close our inventory, and then carry a full one from a stack of 2. Close it, open it, and you've got 3 full bottles out of 3 empty bottles, and that is the glitch. That is the infinite cruise glitch. So it is getting worse. You know, there used to be a, I'm having that, fucking having that, free food, you bet. Give me that burger. It's almost dinner time. There's nothing here, is there? I'll put my helmet back on now. Alright, so unless there's any more obvious bottles kicking around. Yeah, there is. That's Vestal, we don't want that. We'll our salvation should be here. There it is. Retrieve that.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered
Small
to
hangar.
location.
Thank you, Claire. The lovely Claire Weaver, who didn't do the voiceover, but it sounds fucking exactly like her. Even Claire said, holy shit, that really does sound like me. I clipped her a video and sent it to her on Reddit. She's like, holy shit, that does sound like me. And she's like, no, I never did the voiceover. And we're like, yeah, sure. She's probably under some NDA that says you can't fucking admit it or something. Right, so let's... I'm going to keep the 12 crews here and take everything else. And that's 12 crews, and we've got everything else. Now, what else is there in here that I want to take? I want to take the stolen champagne, this, that, the multi-tool, and the ammo. And I think we're good. Can't put that in there, can I? No, that's fine. We've got the IAE 2955 t-shirts and hats. Some guys trousers and boots in case I wanted to wear them. I didn't. Usually I go to a bunker and rob some security outfit and use that, but it's getting old hat. It really is. So here is our beautiful Salvation ship. I love this thing. I really do love this thing. So dinky but useful. It's like a Swiss Army knife. With the that's the disco livery. It looks so good. So good. Okay. So we're going to turn it on. And set for Hurston. Okay. Have we got fuel? We should have. Yeah, we got loads. I think I claimed this. I think I did claim it. We'll put that on cruise control. Thank you. Until next time. Don't usually visit Orison for any reason, but it is easier. It's one of the easier places to get to for the trade centre. You know, even Arcop, you've got to go through customs to the trams and then get the tram to the city. It's only one tram though. Maybe Arcop is a more convenient trade centre from the hangar, but yeah, I'll have to do some testing with that, see how quick it is. It's a bit of a shame we can't get in. We would have rented some ships, get into the IAE I mean. We would have rented some ships for another 2 days. Not that we would have used them for anything, but you know, wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind renting like the A2 and the Polaris for another 2 days. That would be cool. But we're just coming up to the right height now where we can. Let's refresh our memories with this. So away we go. We're just going to time this, see how fast it is. I've been looking at swapping the components out for this, and I went online to get an idea of what other people were using, and there's one guy, Core something, Core Technical or whatever his name is, Core Gaming or something like that, and he's got this video and it's titled "The Ultimate Build for the Salvation." So I'm thinking, okay, I'll have a look at that. He's got all stealth shit, and it's like, oh no, you won't get hit by any missiles with this. Nobody be able to see you on radar with this. And I'm thinking, would it really matter? You know, for half an hour of your time, you haven't invested hours and hours and hours if you're going to get blown up. This isn't the kind of ship you'd take into combat or take to bunkers or anything like that. So why would you want to set it out with an entire stealth setup? I mean, everything is slow as fuck. Like the quantum drive, I can't remember what quantum drive he fitted, but it was like half as slow as the one that comes with the ship by default. So you're going to be spending twice as long travelling anywhere. It didn't make sense to me. Another guy went all out industrial, so everything on it was industrial, and I'm thinking, you know, and this was another video as the best loadout. It's the best loadout for you and your, you know, what you want to do. It's not necessarily the best at anything except for what you want. So, you know, bit clickbaity titles, get the views in, that seems to be what it's all about. And this is 2 minutes 20, call it 2 minutes 25 seconds. You know, oh, stop. I've got a problem with my desktop timer. So I want Everest. Never target Everest from Orison because it's moved by the time you get there, and you usually can't get to it. So fly to Orison, fly to Hurston, and then target Everest. That's what I found the easiest way. It stops a lot of time wasting and effort to boot. So this should be 4's good. We'll get to Everest from 4. What a cool little ship though. You know, it's not very big at all, and it's just so dinky. In fact, I wonder how those engines produce enough thrust to get it off the ground. But it is cool. A really, really cool little ship. And the best thing, it came with the game package came with 40,000 UEC, which is almost, I think I've got 11,000 UEC now. Or had before, but 40,000 is 4 times that. So it's really good. Right, so we will request a hangar. And it's the furthest away that it could be. And this, it never used to, you could literally, in fact, practically and absolutely predict which hangar you would dock in because it was the closest one to you. So you just flew close to a hangar, requested docking, and you know, 1 out of 10 times it would give you a different one, but those 9 out of 10 times it would give you the nearest hangar to where you were. So some bastard tried blowing me up when I was landing, and I was trying to land and get the doors shut, and he kept on firing and firing and firing, and then eventually blew my ship up, and there was nothing in my ship. He was just doing it to be a wanker, and maybe he didn't find much pew pew anywhere else, but yeah, why bother? Unless you've been an arsehole on purpose, in which case he qualified. He did his good deed for the day. Right, so let's just engines off. Engines are off. Okay, cool. Thank you, Charles. That's good. Same voice as the Constellation and the Spirit, because they're all. Sorry, no, not the Spirit, the Zeus. They're all... What the fuck? Am I in a... Why am I in a fucking huge hangar here? Is this a medium hangar? Weird. So we're just going to dump this stuff in here, whatever it is. Keep our 3 bottles of cruise. And then if we go into sustenance and add it to the kitty. Now, most, apart from the cruise, which I got 12 bottles of cruise and 12 bottles of synergy, but apart from those 12 bottles, everything else I've picked up at IAE. I got absolutely loads, especially the Synergy Plus. Oh no, just the Synergy, because that's what they sell at IAE. And I was picking up like 6, 7, 8 bottles every day or more. Ended up with 113 bottles, so it's 101 bottles that I picked up. And the rest, yeah. It's pretty good. But I'll only ever use 3 bottles. I only carry 3 bottles of cruise, and I bought them bottles. They're from the first 12 that I bought, so unless I'm absolutely desperate, I won't be drinking all that. However, ammo's going to be a mess. Now I noticed for a few days that I wasn't able to stack anything, especially ammo and med pens. It just wasn't stacking, which was a major pain in the arse. However, is that Kana? I went to a rec site on Magda the other day, and there weren't just Ninetales enemies. There were Frontier Fighter enemies. You know, the headhunters. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But I'm just looking for identical ammo now, and that's Custodian. R97, that's Custodian. Oh, wait a minute, that didn't stack, did it? Kana, right, so that's not stacking. But I seriously do need to go through all this and either sell it or keep it. That's probably something I'm going to do another time. Defiant Lumen, or Gallant, sorry. We've got some more of these up here, wherever they were. There they are. It used to be a case of if it doesn't stack, wear it and then drag it off your armor, and it'll stack. But it won't do that now. For some reason, that doesn't work. It's just the odd item that won't stack, and I don't know why it does it. Must be something to do with the attributes of the item properties in the database. So that's Lumin. Where did we have? I'm not even going to bother. I think I'm going to call it quits for today. Although I would like to get these med pens stacked. And oxy pens. Is that not stacking? Fucking great. Yeah, they're not stacking. Med pens, they're not stacking. Ox pens usually stack without a problem. So, you know, it doesn't matter what the item is, it'll just have a different name and a different graphic, but for some reason, the med pens are more problematic more often. And, oh, they're not stacking either. I usually find the very, very first time I log in, I can stack anything and everything. And after that, that's when the problems start. So, you know, you never know. But now I'm going to have 3 stacks of fucking med pens that I can't stack. Or maybe 2 stacks now, because they've stacked. And it's just annoying that it won't stack. So lifeguard, medical. And there's no way they'll stack. It's like the 2 totally different items. And that's MedPen Hemazal. And that's MedPen Hemazal. 180, 180. They're both the same item. But for some reason it just won't allow you to stack them. We looked at ammo, weapons. There's just shitloads of P4s that I picked up from wreck sites, and yeah, tons of them. Will these stack? No, they won't fucking stack either, will they? Oh yeah, they're stacking now. So maybe these will stack as well. No. What about them? And then what about them? Nope. It disheartens me when I see this. I want to see it working, you know. Each fix that CIG put into the software should stay fixed forever. Unless something fundamental breaks it. Then you investigate what broke it and don't do it again so it doesn't break it again. You know, there's got to be some learning there. But it doesn't seem to happen. And nobody knows why. Except the people who are involved. So, anyway, I'm going to store the ship.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
I will store the ship. There it is.
Vehicle has been raised.
Goodbye for now. A little salvation. Love that ship. In fact, IW7425XJ is, as far as I can remember, not the same ID as it used to be. And that confuses me as well. If you know, you learn the ID of your ship like you learn your own phone number, or you learn the registration of your car. You know which it is, you know which one's yours. Even in a car park full of the same identical car as yours, you'll be able to find yours because you know what the registration is. Well, good luck with that in Star Citizen, because it fucking changes every time you log in. I don't see any logic or common sense in that. Just make, you know, how many would it be? Let me see. I'm going to use an online calculator for this. So no, that's wrong. I've fucking typoed that. Hang on, I know what I'm doing. Right. So using this ID format, you are looking at more than 4.5 billion combinations. You know, AB 1 2 3 4 YZ. That's 4,569,303,024 combinations. So CIG could well fix ship IDs so that they remain the same and just generate a new one, a unique one. And if they wanted to expand on that, they could just add another digit or integer, you know, before or after, which would expand it even more. So 4.5 billion. There's no way they couldn't do that, and or even give it a unique ID. You know, 16 fucking digit one, or use the short UUID. You know, unique universal identifier, whatever UUID stands for. That would help, but changing it every fucking time, who's that benefit? It might look good, but it's not my ship. When I see a registration, an ID tag that I'm not familiar with, you know, I've got to learn a new ID tag every fucking time I log in. And I just wish it was different anyway. That is going to be it for today. I'm going to exit to menu. I know it's been a very short video, but IAE's not available, so there's no point in continuing. I've got anything to do anyway, and I'm going to be having dinner soon, so you know, only had a couple of hours to play around, and this being the final day of IAE, I'm going to resume. Is that even a word, resume? I'm going to resume normal streaming times. It's usually early in the morning for me, sort of 8 or 9 o'clock UTC. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed IAE as much as I did. I thought the ships were great. And that's going to be it until next time. So have a really good day. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.